Modernity in Bengal was initiated consequent to the presence of the European artists who started arriving in India around 1860s. They brought with them their medium of oil and its technique, which resulted in creating a very different mode of pictorial representation. And this marked the emergence of new art, the artists, and the aesthetic value in the development of art in Bengal during this time. 19th century in Bengal is considered to be a period of great cultural significance. Mid 1850s saw the establishment of art schools by the colonizers across the country. The first school was established in Madras in 1850, followed by Calcutta, the Calcutta School of Art that was established in 1854. The Calcutta School of Art played a pivotal role in shaping the art language of the region. Secondly, 19th century was equally and culturally significant because it marked what is known as the emergence of the Bengal Renaissance that brought together a cultural interface and symbiosis of the art of the East and the West. More importantly, Calcutta became the catalytic center that shaped the art and intellect of the region. It was during this period that many new ideas emerged in theatre, in music, in art, in social reforms. And at the same time, women from the Zenana also began to emerge, which added a greater vibrancy to the cultural development of Bengal. Politically, too, this period was of great significance. The tension between the colonizers and colonized had reached its peak in an aggressive manner in the Mutiny of 1857, after which the people were talking out loud and clear about their aggression against the colonizers. Calcutta, as a matter of fact, had stood at the crossroads of many cultures. For almost 500 years it was ruled by Islamic rulers, and the Persian influence here was very strong, noticed particularly in art, architecture, food and clothes. And then came the European experience. So all of these cultures which came together were assimilated and provided a very vibrant cultural fabric to Bengal in the 19th century. The early Bengal oils, the early Bengal paintings which developed were known as the early Bengal oils. And this was executed by artists, by the descendant of artists who at one time had worked in the courts at Murshidabad, Patna and many other places in and around Bengal. And since now they had no patronage, no work, many of them came to Calcutta and settled down here. The works they produced was of a hybrid style. They adopted the Western naturalism, in which they lacked the knowledge of utilizing perspective to create the illusion of space, and not very adept in using light and shade to create volume in the form. Yet, in a very lucid and in a very spontaneous manner and in a very naive manner, they still created works which, of course, stood very differently from the European naturalism painted by the naturalistic paintings painted by many of the European artists. These artists, the descendant of the artists working in the Islamic courts, they brought together in their work, that's why I refer to it as hybrid, brought in three important traditions. One was Mughal miniatures, Western naturalism, and the folk art of the Patuas. These artists, who settled in Calcutta, began to cater to the rich Hindu aristocracy and created a large number of oil paintings on the theme of Shiva and his family, Annapurna, Durga, Radha and Krishna, as well as Ram, Lakshman, Sita and Chaitanya. These artists, in creating their composition, had off-centers representation of the protagonists, and they also made use of the art elements from art and architecture. They made use of perspective, of course, in a very naive manner. Very soon, this early oil Bengal paintings began to decline as the Calcutta School of Art began to produce artists who were very skilled, who were very adept at manipulating the oil technique, began to take up portrait commissions, uh, which was given to them by the local aristocracy or even by the officials of the colonial uh, reign. So, in this way, the early Bengal oils is not much is known about it for a simple reason that they were unsigned and they were undated. But these group of paintings form the earliest representation in the development of modernity in Bengal. I say it as a development of modernity for a simple reason that it brought together the Western oil medium, which was unknown to the country, and the artists brought their heritage of their artistic tradition into their style.